Hello everyone, welcome back to 9 R.I.P. We are playing Other Realm, Chapter 3 in the common route, going towards Seiya's route. She got to know Seiya and Minami a little bit more, and Minami is turning out to be a creep, but what do you expect? He's a demon. And Seiya is as hopeless as ever. Anyway, Seiya told us in the last episode that there is this elevator that goes to the mortal realm, and he wants to go visit Yui. Living people can't use the elevator because it causes an error or something. But I guess this is a special occasion, which I don't know what he means by that, but getting in the elevator, I noticed a small pedestal in the center. Atop the pedestal was something resembling a crystal ball. Seiya then placed a hand on it.
このエレベーターは乗車するすべてのものがここに手を乗せなければ動かない仕組みとなっております。HO の職員の手のひらには紋章が刻まれていて、水晶はそれを認識するためのものなのです。
I don't have one.
HO 以外のものが使用する際は、その人間の血液が代わりとなります。罪人であれば、まず弾かれるでしょうが。
So, I'm okay to use it?
ええ。あなたは水晶にごく少量の血液を取られるのみなのですが。
Requires a blood sacrifice. Seiya falls silent for a moment, appearing contemplative, then spoke again.
何せあなたは、ここへ来てから何も口にできないでいるでしょ。少量の血液でも、あなたにとっては大きな影響が出るかもしれません。
If it's just a drop, then it's not a big deal, right? It's fine, I don't even feel hungry.
隔離用での聖者はそれが当たり前。しかし、ここの空気に慣れていけば、空腹を感じるようになっていくでしょう。
You mean I could starve to death? Seiya's eyes dilated, and I realized I had to return to the mortal realm now. All the more reason for us to hurry. I moved to place my hand on the crystal. Uh-oh. The god's telling you not to go. Ah. I could tell instinctively the voice I heard wasn't nearby, but speaking directly into my mind.
Oh,
that's Minami. I tried to if it's Minami, you can go. It's fine. You don't have to listen to him. I tried to clear my mind, yet Minami's words continued to haunt me. I couldn't focus. Something in his words rang true. I couldn't move past them.
怖いのですか？けれど、ここで手をこまねいていても何も得られません。手に入る情報は少しかもしれませんが、何らかの知識は得られます。それはゆくゆく必要になるものかもしれない。
もう一度言う。行くな。
So I've already looked into all of them. I'm curious about Minami's words, but we're going to believe Seiya first. I'm going to trust Seiya. Oh my goodness. How rude. I ignored Minami's abusive words and put my hand on the crystal. I immediately felt a sharp sting on my fingers, which slowly spread throughout my hand. Ouch. But I guess the pain's not that bad. I can endure it. Dizziness hit me for a second, and Seiya quickly supported me.
常にあなたの傍らにいます。ですから安心してください。
I know he means this in a professional way, but I just can't help but feel all giddy when he says that. That's reassuring, thank you. We smiled at each other, and I felt a floating sensation in my stomach as the elevator began to move. Eventually, the pain in my fingers subsided. For a moment, I felt nothing. Then, I heard a light ding and the elevator doors opened. I'm going to assume that's far enough. Alright. I am curious about Minami's words. Insanity. Yui already passed away in her previous life, right? You really think she'll be able to help me find a way home? Seiya eyed me with a hit of skepticism.
南の入れ知恵ですか。あれもくだらないことをする。
How do you know?
行く気だったあなたが急に考えを変えたのですからピンときました。
I'm sorry, but I really think Minami has a point.
悪魔に惑わされるほどあなたの心は不安定になっているようですね。
Man, I'm looking forward to the common root bad ending when all of her sanity is up and Minami just has like complete control over her.
急にこのような状況に置かれ思考がぶれるのも無理はありませんが、もう少し私を信じていただけませんか。
He reprimanded me gently, yet his furrowed brows betrayed how saddened he was by the exchange. Aww. Why am I letting myself be confused like this? I already decided to trust Seiya to help me return home. I know, right? I reached out tentatively to the crystal ball and again heard the voice in my mind.
世話焼かせやがって。まあ少しでも俺の言葉に耳を傾けたのは褒めてやらなくもないけど。
His voice ceased and my hand touched the crystal. I immediately felt a sharp sting on my fingers, which slowly spread throughout my hand. Ouch, but I guess the... Alright, let's just skip to the... Yeah, let's just skip. Alright, there we go, we're back. There before me was my school. It seemed so ordinary, so familiar to me. I let go of the crystal and the elevator vanished as if it were merely a figment of my imagination. This means that we're probably going to see Kuroha and Hibiki as well for at least a moment. It feels like it's been so long since I was here last, it almost makes me feel nostalgic. But the nostalgia was tinged with unease as a blood-red light akin to the hidden realm filtered through.
この学校の怪談話をご存知でしょうか。保健室の少女のことを。
My friend told me about it, but I don't remember the details. Wait, is that story about Yui? Seiya nodded, sending a chill down my spine. I never imagined actually meeting a ghost from our school ghost stories.
2点ほどお伝えしておきます。まず1点目ですが、ここでは自身の名を口にしないこと。幽霊にはいいものもいれば悪いものもいます。その悪いもの、悪霊に名を知られてしまえば呪い殺されかねません。
Are you referring to Kuroha's sister? That's what she did. Just by knowing my name.
ええ、その通りです。ですから私もここではあなたの名を呼びません。
Understood.
2点目ですが、地獄への帰り道はエレベーターではなく、時間が来れば自動的に体が戻る仕組みになっています。
Automatic teleportation.
ここでの所要時間はおおよそ1時間と30分ほどですから、最良の行動を心がけてください。
I'll do my best.
よろしい。では、ゆいさんがいらっしゃる保健室へ向かいましょうか。
I nodded and followed Seiya as he walked towards the nurse's office. So the stories are true. The girl in the nurse's office, I wish I could remember what the story was about. I was nervous to meet her, but it felt safer with Seiya by my side. Still, this place feels a lot like the Hidden Realm. Is there a possibility that this part of the mortal realm will turn into the Hidden Realm?
その心配はありません。あなたがこの場から離れれば、写しよは元に戻ります。
I guess this is what he meant by it's fine for now. Her coming here kind of puts it in a medium in between the two. As I said before, it seemed I was the one causing this effect.
今のあなたは異質な存在。その異質が 写し代と隠り代の境界線に影響してエラーを起こしているのです。
Okay, I remember now. When they were talking about the hidden realm in the ghost stories, they said it's like the hidden realm. Took me a while, but I remembered.
エラーの状況は見ての通り、一時的に写し代が隠り代の皮をかぶっている状態にあります。
It kind of makes sense, but at the same time it doesn't.
しっかり理解しなくても大丈夫ですよ。
Seiya seemed to sense my confusion and continued in a soothing tone.
私も確固たる確信を持って話しているわけではありませんから。この世でもあの世でも不可思議な現象は多く存在しています。今この現状もその一つ。説明がつかない現象なのです。
It's just also mysterious. Honestly, my friend Sayaka loves this kind of stuff. I wonder how she's doing. Approaching the nurse's office, I saw the door.
ああ、伝え忘れていました。彼女は他の幽霊との接触を恐れているので、あまり騒いだりしないようにお願いします。
You say that, but she took up to Misa really well in all the other rooms. Okay, I understood. Suddenly, an arm reached out from behind me. Then I was pulled into a hug. Ah, what? Who hugged her? Before I could even grasp what was going on, I was consumed by darkness. Oh my goodness.
おーい、いつまで寝てるの？暇なんだけど。
Did he come too? Who was that?
俺の忠告を聞かずに勝手に地獄を抜け出してさ、何のつもり？
Just who do you think you are? That voice.
お前にはお仕置きが必要だよね。とりあえず起きてよ。
Oh, really? Oh, dang it, I was hoping for a CG. CG of him just like holding her. Another creepy CG of him. My consciousness lifted from the darkness, leaving me in a daze. I looked around and found myself in the school cafeteria. Aside from the fact that we were in the other realm, it was a familiar scene. And sitting there on the desk, feet dangling, was Minami.
おはよう。ねえねえ、あなたのこと先生が探してたよ。勝手に抜け出したからじゃない？
It's actually kind of cute that he's like playing schoolboy right now. And where did Seiya just go? What are you talking about? Under different circumstances, this conversation would have sounded like two typical high schoolers chatting in between classes.
言うことを聞かない生徒には罰が必要って先生が言っていたよ。
His eyes briefly flashed a crimson red. Is he gonna freeze you up again? Oh no, I forgot. Seriously though, where is Seiya? If he walked up behind her, grabbed her, Seiya did nothing, and now she's his prisoner again. By the time I realized it was too late, I was frozen, unable to move. He's gonna punish you. Minami approached me slowly, stopping in front of me. No, I don't have the Khalifa flower on me.
ねえミサちゃん。ねえねえミサちゃん。どうして地獄を抜け出したのかな？
I know he doesn't sound it, but I think he's incredibly angry. He tilted his head.
俺さ、勝手されるの大っ嫌いなんだよね。お前は俺の手の届く範囲にいないといけないじゃん。
Minami slowly stroked my lips with his finger, being creepy again. Suddenly the pain was gone, and I was able to speak. What I do is none of your business.
そうなんだ。でもね、こうやって抜け出しても追いかけるよ。あの世でもこの世でもどこまでも。離れれば罰を与える。かわいそうだけど、怖い目に遭わないとお前は学習しないみたいだからね。
His words, expression, and proximity made my body seize with fear. Back in town, he just watched, amused, as I threatened to kill myself in front of him. Despite supposedly wanting my soul, it seemed as though he didn't care if I died. He might really kill me here. No, but he'll probably hurt me just enough so that I don't die. He told me before he liked watching people suffer and other cruel things.
それでは先生自ら罰を与えます。
What am I supposed to do?
今から言うことをよく覚えておきなさい。悪魔に勝つには心を強く持つことです。決して弱さを見せてはいけません。
That's right. I can't let myself be afraid. I refuse to succumb to this fear. Go ahead. You can hurt me all you want, but you won't break me. I will never give in to you. At that moment, my body was freed.
あ、そう。反抗するんだ。
A rebel. Ignoring him, I bolted from the scene, running as hard and fast as I could. I ran into a room and caught my breath. Phew. That was terrifying. I thought he was going to kill me. After catching my breath, I peeked into the hallway. As I opened the door, a girl I didn't recognize stood in the hall. Her smile curved unnaturally upwards, sending chills down my spine. I stepped back, but she followed after me, reaching for my hand. Her cold grasp told me she was a ghost. Let me go. She's like on the verge of becoming a wraith. I tried to free myself, but her grip was painfully tight. Ouch. I fear she might break my hand.
もう、だから行くなって言ったんじゃんか。
What did you guys do to Seiya? Suddenly, Minami appeared beside me.
お嬢ちゃんは俺と一緒に遊ぼっか。
Oh my goodness, what is he going to do?
体動かない。
Her grip loosened.
ほら、お前はこっち。
Minami removed her hand from mine, then... Oh my goodness. Whoa.
この状況で話してなんて言うなよ。
Oh my goodness. Minami muttered to me, then turned to address the girl.
ねえねえ、何して遊ぶ？あ、かくれんぼなんていいよね。それじゃあ。お嬢ちゃんが隠れる方ね。
Then he violently kicked her towards the door. Oh my goodness, so violent. Wow. So mean. She flew into the hallway and lay flat on the ground.
バイバイ。
The classroom door slammed shut. That was close. I looked at Minami, who was glaring at me.
やっと捕まえた。お前さ、いい加減にしてくれない？行くなって言っても無視するわ。勝手に俺の呪縛から逃げるわ。
But I wanted to make excuses, but seeing as he had just saved me, I found myself unable to reply.
何？言いたいことあんなら聞いてやる。
Well, okay, I think it's I'm sorry. Let me just double check. No, it's not. I'm glad I checked. It's thank you, but we're gonna check I'm sorry.
ほんとだよ。ちょろちょろ動き回って襲われてさ、もっと気をつけて行動しろ。
You should be. I had no response. He took me to a desk and placed me on top of it.
まあ、今回ので分かったでしょ？勝手するとこういうことになるって。地獄の範囲内ならお前の様子を探れるけど、離れられると困るんだよね。
That why you told me not to leave?
それ以外にないでしょ？お前が殺されでもしたらどうしてくれんのさ。
I think I can go back. Well, thank you. Thank you for saving me. Saying that felt awkward. Minami was someone I feared, and in the past, he'd caused me nothing but trouble and harm. Never in a million years did I think he would actually try to help me. I wasn't used to this feeling.
人間から感謝されたの初めてかも。気色悪い。
Gross. If you're going to be like that, then I regret saying it.
でもミサからなら悪くないかもね。
Hey, I get to see you without the girl. That looks a lot better. Yay. Glad to hear that.
本当に悪くないな。
You know, you're supposed to hate him. I'm having a really hard time hating him. He sounds so cute and genuine when he says that.
あのね、神がついてるせいで、お前の様子を見てるだけしかできなかったとき、いろんな表情のお前を見てたんだよ。笑ったり、怒ったり、落ち込んだり、見てたら面白くなっちゃってさ。でも、どれも俺に向けられるものじゃなかった。
His tone was somewhat sad, and I stared intently back at him. What emotions did Minami feel watching me?
だからさ、こうやって触れたり話したりするのも悪くない。もっと俺にいろんなお前を見せて。ね、ミサちゃん。
His words and expressions seemed different. My feelings about him were changing. I know, mine too. He's actually kind of cute right now. But I wasn't ready to show him that just yet. I know, right? You're right, this is disgusting.
あ
Disgusting? I mean, it's weird. Why aren't we fighting with each other?
じゃあ険悪にする
You wanna argue? No, sorry, I lied. Chivalry is better. The minute I finished saying it, I immediately regretted saying the word disgusting. Oh, I know. Might hurt his feelings. But being civil, that might be nice.
仲良く。ねえ。お前は俺と仲良くしたいんだ。いいこと聞いた。
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have said that either. That's funny. What? You don't want to be friends with him? I thought your feelings were changing. Anyway, can you put me down? I promise I won't run away anymore. He took me to a desk and placed me on top of it.
まあ、今回ので分かったでしょ？勝手するとこういうことになるって。地獄の範囲内ならお前の様子を探れるけど、離れられると困るんだよね。
Is that why you told me not to leave?
それ以外にないでしょ？お前が殺されでもしたらどうしてくれんのさ。
Is he saying he came here to protect me? It all felt very strange. So you don't want me to die?
は？お前バカなの？新鮮な魂欲しいって言ってんだから当たり前じゃんか。
Pre-dead soul. I know, but the other day at the shop, you didn't seem to care if I killed myself.
ああ、あれね。楽しかったけど、万が一お前がナイフを自分に突き刺そうとしたら止めるつもりだったし。
I see. So that means it would be inconvenient for him if I died. So in that case, you're like a guardian angel keeping me out of harm's way. A guardian demon. I muttered this and Minami sneered as if he was greatly offended. I know, right?
そういうの気持ち悪いからやめろ。
But if something happens, that'd be bad, right?
うん。
I've never seen him flustered before. It was new to me, but something about it tickled me.
くそ。もういい。勝手にしねえ。
Go ahead and die. Oh my god. He's like Koyo. He doesn't like being teased or shown affection to. He's like, no, stop it. But I think Koyo said that too. He said gross. Whenever she said something to him, he's like, ew. It's like, what do you mean, ew? Wait, I'm sorry for laughing. Actually, I'm kind of relieved you don't seem as scary anymore.
怖くない。
Aww. Minami looked glum. Minami, what's wrong? Minami gasped and then returned to his usual grumpy face.
お前が地獄に帰るまで俺もいなきゃなんないんだからさっさと用事済ませろよ。
I have to watch you, says the guy who interrupted me. Well, I guess that just goes to show how badly he wanted to scold me before. Hey. I called out to Minami who was walking away. Thank you for coming. Minami laughed.
まあ、別にいいか。
He's so adorable. As he spoke, his expression returned to his usual devilish grin.
俺がお前を守ってやるよ。永遠にな。
That sounds a bit scary. Oh, there he is. Oh, hi. Just as Minami was about to leave, Seiya entered the room.
南、やはりお前だったか。
Seiya reached for his chains on his hip.
あ、俺それ嫌い。じゃあね。
Bye. Minami rushed out of the classroom and I saw Seiya trying to throw his chain at him. I hurriedly rushed to stop him. Don't.
ですが。
Aw, he sounded so hurt. It's okay. Minami saved me earlier.
わかりました。
That breaks my heart hearing him say that. Seiya let go of his weapon and I exhaled with relief. We need to hurry to get out of here before Minami's mood gets worse. I'm left feeling sad. After partying ways with Misa, I had nowhere else to go and just ended up hanging around the plaza in a daze.
守ってやるか。俺が一番キモいんだけど。
I muttered the words to myself, but didn't feel bad about them in the least. I'd seen various expressions of hers in the mortal realm, but when she'd look at me like that, it was strangely comforting.
面白いやつ。
Until Misa disappeared, I wanted to have as much fun with her as possible, but I also felt like I needed to hurry. I was getting attached in other ways. Oh, really? See, he's having a change of heart. Only chapter 2, 3, chapter 3. I guess you only have 5 chapters before the route starts. Ever since we left the classroom, actually even before that, Seiya had been continuously apologizing to me.
本当に申し訳ありません。あなたを助けると言っておきながら、この始末。私は愚か者です。
Seriously, it's alright. I was the fool for not being able to protect myself.
それ以上言わないでくれませんか。あなたが自身を卑下するほど、私は情けなくなってしまいますから。
Well then, how about we just say there's enough blame to go around? Both of us weren't cautious enough. We'll call it even. What do you say? Seiya smiled wryly.
わかりました。あなたの行為に甘えるとしましょう。一つ聞きたいのですが、南があなたを助けたと言っていましたが、あれは本当なのですか？
Yes, he protected me from an evil ghost. As expected, Seiya was quite surprised to hear that. Apparently, things would be really bad for him if I died. He said he needed a fresh soul or something like that.
ああ、なるほど。考えてみれば確かに。
Seeing as Minami is after my soul, he's still dangerous to me, though I guess he will protect me from other threats. So it's hard to say for sure, but as long as I am careful not to let him steal my soul, I should be okay, right? Seiya seemed unsatisfied with that conclusion, but he also didn't deny it.
心の隙を見せないようにしてくださいね。あなたは優しすぎるから不安で仕方ありません。
I tried to tell him that I definitely wouldn't show weakness, but then I remembered. Well, before Minami saved me, he also attacked me. But thanks to your training, I could escape. See, that's progress.
襲われたという話は気分のいいものではありませんが、あなたが悪魔に抗えたのは賞賛に値します。よく頑張りましたね。
Thanks, but really, it's all thanks to you, Seiya. Please allow me to express my gratitude. Thank you, Seiya. Here he goes.
あなたはとんでもない破壊力をお持ちで、悪魔に 打ち勝てるわけです。はあ、
I wouldn't say I defeated him, but Minami certainly was fascinating. If he came all the way here to protect my soul, I realized he must really need it. But why does he want my soul so bad? As these thoughts ran through my mind, we finally reached the entrance to the nurse's office. Then we both opened the door and walked in. We entered the room to find a girl standing quietly by the window. Is that Yui? She looked towards us and smiled.
あら、せいやさんにお連れ様がいるなんて珍しいこともあるのね。
She glanced over at me and stared. Her eyes widened and she gasped.
あなた、聖者よね。どうしてここにいるの？
Seiya explained the situation to her as she seemed even more taken aback.
まさか、また神隠しが起こるなんて。
それであなたのお知恵をお借りしたくて訪ねてきたのです。
I was on the train and before I knew it, I found myself at Kisaragi Station. I can't remember why I got on the train or what I was thinking when I did. Seiya is currently trying to help me find a way back home and...
申し訳ないのだけれど、私ではお力になれません。
What do you mean by that?
私は自らの意志で神隠しを起こし、地獄へたどり着いてしまった人間よ。
What?
あなたとは始まり方が違う。それに帰る方法もなく、そのまま死んでしまった。でも一つ確かなことは、何か起因になるような出来事があったはず。神に見入られ、あなたは地獄へ送られた。そこには意味があるのよ。
They and I looked at each other. So this is some kind of test then. Maybe you guys discovered this in the last episode.
あなたについていた神が何の神なのか確定させなければならないようです。
Yeah, I think you're right. But was that even possible? If not, my quest to return home would end here.
力になれずごめんなさい。
No, not at all. Actually, I'm glad I was able to talk to you. Yui continued to flash me an apologetic smile.
きっとどこかに糸口を見つけられる。聖夜さんがついているのだから大丈夫よ。
Seiya responded to her kind words with a bittersweet smile. I had expected him to respond with something like, "Of course she'll be fine," but perhaps he's still upset at himself for not being able to save Yui. Still, I hate seeing him like this. I'm sure we'll be fine. As you say, Yui, I'm sure we'll be fine. I looked over at Seiya, but his expression remained unchanged. His confidence seemingly sapped in Yui's presence. He merely nodded silently. Maybe I'm putting too much pressure on him. That hadn't been my intent, but I felt guilty about it. Alright. That's reassuring. Just having Seiya by my side is reassuring. He's been taking care of me since the very beginning. With that, Seiya seemed to blush a little.
あなたの言葉はまるで刃のように私の心に傷跡をつけるのですね。
Your heart must really be hurting. It doesn't sound good.
いいえ、これ以上ない惚れ言葉です。
Highest compliment.
はあ、まったく相変わらず言葉選びが下手なのね、聖夜さんは。
Terrible way of words. Did he pull this on you too, Yui? It seems like she's not unfamiliar with this side. She rolled her eyes and smiled back at him. Seiya didn't seem to mind and continued to be at ease. That's funny. What does he think about that? As the three of us were chatting, I stole a glance at her. Oh, what do I do? Ever since she said those kind words to me, I couldn't take my eyes off Misa.
せいやさん、彼女を見すぎよ。表情から困っているのがわからなくて。
Of course she was gonna butt in. She butts in with everyone. It's so annoying. Hearing Yui's words, I gasped.
申し訳ありません。気になってしまうと、そのことばかりになってしまうのです。
It seemed my obsessive nature was beginning to rear its ugly head. That was no good. I sighed and turned to Misa.
せいやさんは昔からまっすぐで素直な人よ。だから気持ち悪い部分ではなく、どうかいい部分を見てあげてちょうだい。
You want to hear Seiya's thoughts, not yours. Okay.
ひどい言われようですが、中間部分以外はいい評価でありがたいです。参考にしてくださいね。
Our little interaction seemed to amuse Misa, who began to giggle. Her laugh was mesmerizing to me. The more I got to know her, the more my interest grew. I wonder how much longer I could be with her. Considering the temporary nature of our time together, I tried to cap my interest in her. Yes, I can't allow this to become any more than minor infatuation. I really like the perspectives. It shows how close they're getting to her. It's so cute. Still, he said that she's not her type yet. I wonder what his type is and how she changes into it. He's interested in her, but she's like not right. After a short while, we said goodbye to Yui.
まだ帰るまでに時間がありますが、他に済ませておきたい用事はありますか？
Anything else? Well, this is still the Hidden Realm, but it's technically still Narimigahama, right?
ええ、そうです。行きたいところがあれば、今のうちに行っておくのがいいでしょう。
Go visit the haunted book in the library. Maybe I should visit my classroom. That's the place I can remember being before I ended up in hell. Oh, she's gonna get her paper. There's some place I'd like to go, actually.
では、私もお供しましょう。
I'll be fine alone. There are some things I want to think about by myself.
一人になりたいと言われたら、従わないわけにもいきません。くれぐれも気をつけてください。
Right, thank you. In that case, I'll head straight to my classroom. Question mark, question mark. When I entered the classroom, it had an empty, sort of melancholy feel to it. I was sad that it looked different. Where's my desk? I walked towards my desk and noticed a small sheet of paper. Why is it put together? Is that my career path survey? What's it doing on my desk? I picked up the survey and stared down at it when a vision suddenly popped into my head.
僕はあなたを闇へ誘うもの。これから先は困難しかありません。前を向ければ必ず見つかります。
Oh. That's right, I heard a voice in this room. The voice was the same I heard before when I fell asleep at home. A soft, high-pitched noise, yet one too powerful to resist. Was that a god? I couldn't remember exactly all the words it spoke to me, but it seemed like I was able to recover part of my memory by looking at this paper. I wondered if perhaps it had occurred because I was in this strange realm. That's right, the printout had been ripped in half before, but now it looks totally normal. Fear crept up along my arm and made me tense up. Just then I heard an unfamiliar voice from behind the door. I instinctively ducked. I felt anxious, knowing I wasn't well hidden, but there was nowhere else I could hide. Oh. Why did they just go into a random classroom, though? Then two unfamiliar men strode into the room. One of the men was dressed in a kimono, and I suppressed a scream. A sword, I know. His kimono was drenched in blood, and he wore a sword large enough to take my head off. He matched the description exactly. He's Kara Kara. Is that Kara Kara? The man standing next to him wore contemporary clothing and looked totally normal.
遊びに来ただけなのに閉じ込められるなんてね。しかも光が赤いし。何これ?
Oh, because she's the one that entered the realm and turned it all red.
俺にも見当がつかなくてな。まるで隔離のような世界だ。
Just then, I accidentally made a sound and their gaze snapped towards me.
誰かいるようだな。
Hearing their footsteps approach and unable to contain my fear, I leapt up. I'll leave immediately, so please don't kill me. Just like, what? My nerves yelled, echoed in the room.
お前は聖者がどうしてここにいる？え、嘘でしょ。この子生きてるの？
Oh, I'll be leaving soon, and when I do, I believe this world will revert back to the mortal realm.
どういうこと？てか帰るってどうやって？
Well, I'm heading back to hell. Yeah, it makes sense that they're surprised. Why would I know, right? I briefly explained about being spirited away, and the two of them looked deep in thought. I'm still figuring out how to get home. It's tough, but I have some people helping me.
ここへはまた来られるのか？もし再び会うことがあるのなら、できるだけ協力しよう。
Aww, Kurtaha, loyal to the end.
まあ、聞いちゃったら放っておけないよね、クレハさんは。
I know, right?
何故、俺だけ限定したような言い方なのだ。
Call him by his name, right? Kurtaha? So why does it say Kara Kara?
冗談だって。俺だってそんな薄情じゃないし。
I initially found the two of them to be rather frightening, but it seemed I was wrong about them. Don't worry about me, I'll be fine. Like I said, I have people helping me. My thoughts turned to Seiya. Minami as well, though I suppose he wasn't really helping me. I know, right? I was just about to leave. Kara Kara handed me something.
これはお前のじゃないのか？
He held out the career path survey I left on my desk. Yes, it's mine, but I don't need it anymore. It's lost all meaning to me now.
いや、持って行った方がいい。意味がないと思っているものでも、後から役に立つこともある。
I know, right? His smartphone became incredibly useful when he got stuck here.
そのプリントが少しでも思い入れのあるものならだけど。
Significant. I suppose it does, but...
あんたは聖者だから関係ないかもだけど、死者にとって思い入れのある品ってのは特別なものでさ。初めはただのものだけど、それが思わぬ形で力を発揮することもある。
He pulled out a smartphone from his pocket.
俺にとってはこれ。知ってる？メリーさんって都市伝説。
He's just going to tell her who he is? I gasped. I've heard the urban legend of the ghost who calls you and says, "My name is Mary and I'm right behind you." Is that him?
このスマホがあったから助けられてる部分がある。あんたにとってはそのプリントかもよ。
I guess even these days ghosts have smartphones, but what did he mean by it saved him? Actually, this wasn't the time to think about that. Besides, he might do something scary if I push back. I should just do as he says. Got it. In that case, I'll hold on to it. He smiled, pleased with my decision. Well, I should get going now.
ああ、無事に帰れるといいな。
That's not his name.
頑張ってね。
No, his name is Berry Berry. Thank you both, and goodbye. After I parted ways with them, I folded the career path survey and gently put it in my pocket. Could this thing really be useful? Yeah, it was in the last one. Actually, it wasn't all of them. I couldn't help feeling a bit hopeful. What a strange day this had been. I'd met two of the most famous ghosts in our town, Kara Kara and Mary Mary. Guess I still have some time before I have to go back. Maybe I can check somewhere else. Go check the mirror. Go meet Hibiki. Be obsessive over you. Alright, we're gonna go to Seiya. We're not gonna go to Minami because that's gonna be in his route. So we're gonna save that for that. I came to the library and I found Seiya flipping through a book. What are you doing, Seiya?
ああ、あなたですか。うつしおの本に興味がありましてね。これは恋愛小説です。
Choosing a romance novel seemed to fit with his character. I know, right?
行きたい場所へは行けたのですか？
Yes, now I'm just waiting to return.
では、帰る時間が来るまで、ここで二人きりの時を過ごしましょうか。
Oh, really? He sure has a way of making things sound suggestive. Still, I have found comfort in spending time with Seiya. So what should we talk about? We're going to talk about hobbies, and we're going to leave all the rest of them for later because they come up later in other chapters. What are your hobbies? Do you have any hobbies, Seiya?
私のプライベートに興味がおありなのですね。
I was just curious. It's nothing like what you think, Seiya.
ほう。私の考える感情とは？
I know, she's gonna treat you like a pervert now. So, I didn't think he was going to make me say it, and I felt my face flush red. What are you thinking?
頬をあからめて困惑するあなたのなんと可愛らしいことでしょう。
I know, how did talking about hobbies go into a topic that made you blush? What is she thinking? Are you making fun of me?
可愛い女性はからかいたくなる。それこそが世の男性の特徴です。よく覚えておきなさい。
Men in the world. So, what are your hobbies, Seiya?
まだわからないのですか？あなたのような可愛らしい女性をからかうことです。
That's your hobby? I would consider that a hobby. You wouldn't get to tease her if she wasn't actually embarrassed.
楽しい時間を過ごせました。これもあなたのおかげです。ありがとうございます。
Glad we could entertain you.
ぜひ、また私の趣味に付き合ってくださいね。
Never again, please. Why not? You know you like it. I would like it. I don't care if a guy teases me because I'm embarrassed. My husband does it all the time. I walked down the hall but stopped when my body was filled with a strange sensation. It was almost as though I was being pulled. Maybe it's almost time to go. Apparently I was spot on. Seconds later I was back in hell. Looking around I saw that Seiya had returned as well.
体調は大丈夫ですか？
Right, I feel totally fine. I started to speak but my legs gave way. Thankfully Seiya caught me.
そろそろ眠らないと危険です。南を恐れる気持ちはわかりますが、私がついていますので、少しだけでも休んでください。
But Minami's dreams were stifling, unsettling. I felt like he was encroaching on my mind. No, like he was entering my body. It was so creepy. He wasn't like the Minami I'd seen in person. In my dreams, he felt truly malevolent, truly evil. Everything about him was different. His voice, his aura were noticeably more sinister.
あれは夢の中でこそ力を発揮する悪魔。私でも夢まではどうすることもできません。先ほど学校で南に抗ったと言っていましたね。
Yes, I did. I remembered what you taught me, Seiya.
ならば、その教えを胸に眠りなさい。あなたの夢なのですから、抗うことができるのですよ。
Okay. I wanted to heed Seiya's advice, and yet, as I tried to think, my eyelids grew heavy. I didn't want to sleep. I resisted, but... In my dream, a chillingly familiar voice echoed.
やっと会いに来てくれたんだね。ようやくお前を感じられそうだよ。今のお前はまだ魂を俺に譲ろうなんてみじんも思っていないだろう。でも譲った後のことを考えたことがあるか？
Of course I hadn't. I'd never offered my soul to him.
お前が契約してくれるなら、俺はお前の体をも奪い一緒に帰ってあげよう。
Go home together? Where's that? What does he mean by that?
お前の遺体だよ。持ち帰ってあげるって言ってるんだ。
What? If I was returning home dead, that was pointless. I want to go back alive, so don't interfere.
へえ、そう。でも帰れなかったら、家族はお前を探し続けるだろうね。心配をかけて悲しませて、大切な人たちにそんな思いをさせるのか？
Well,
お前の亡骸を見て家族は悲しむだろう。だがどんな形であれ帰ってきたことに安堵もする。
he suggested it was better for them to know I was dead than to keep wondering. But if I were to actually die, would that really have been better?
なあ、ミサ。いい提案だと思わない？
Alright, first we're gonna say... Remember Seiya. Remember, it's your dream. You can resist him. That's right. Seiya told me that just before I fell asleep. I repeated the words in my heart. That's a terrible idea. I'm not listening to another word. I won't succumb to your evil words, demon. This is my dream, so get out of it.
手強いみたいだね。それでもいい。お前は眠れば俺に会うことになるんだから。何度でも言葉を重ねてあげる。お前が落ちるその日まで。
Just leave. I focused on that thought and suddenly everything turned white. I felt peace for the first time in a long time. At least I can sleep comfortably now. I fell into a deep, soothing slumber. Chapter 4! No! We gotta go back and see the other one. Alright, he may be right. He may be right. Deep down, I knew Minami was manipulating me, but a part of me still thought his idea had merit. Minami has a point. As I entertained this idea, the unsettling feeling I had before began to fade. It wasn't completely gone, but I felt much better.
前向きに考えてくれているみたいで嬉しいよ。
Yeah, the common root ending, bad ending, is going to be her succumbing to the demon.
これからも俺の言葉に委ねて。さあ、そろそろ深く眠れ。お前の命が尽きないように。
His words dragged me towards darkness. I felt Minami's presence fade. Then I drifted into a deep sleep. Back to chapter 4. Alright, that's the end. It didn't feel like a whole lot got done here, but she did get closer to each of the characters in this one, so that was nice to see. I saw a new side of Minami that made me not think he's I mean, he's still mean and he's still a creep, but he's got a cute side too. Turn off the music. Anyway, that is the end of chapter 3. If you guys did enjoy, drop a like down below and or subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.